Xiaomi Mi 11X, a budget flagship, shares the same body and design as the Mi 11X Pro, but this is most probably the first time that a Xiaomi design has been rebranded, renamed and used multiple times in Mi devices like the Poco F3 and under the Redmi brand as the K40, K40 Pro, K40 Pro Plus and the K40 Ultra. The only differences between them is in the camera megapixel count, or between the 5nm Snapdragon 888 5G and the 7nm Snapdragon 875G. Anyways, it makes a job easier to review just the Mi 11X, to know the build quality, drop impact and scratch resistance of all those other devices. Very attractive black box, a bit smaller but similar to the Mi 10T Pro we tested earlier, and the Celestial Silver Mi 11X variant we have here is more of a color changing glass when light falls on it rather than just silver. The 196 grams actually has a lightweight in-hand feel and did feel pretty sturdy in our usual trial bend with a slight bit of flex. The recently usual pre-applied plastic protector is again applied free on the 11X, something which Xiaomi never bothered with before the Redmi Note 9 series. It should be interesting to see if the frosted kind of finish at the glass back survives the blade, or will it fail like the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G, S21 Ultra 5G, Mi 10T Pro 5G and most recently on the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. So as usual, we are checking the scratch resistance quality of the tempered glass protection on the Super AMOLED display and at the frosted glass back by rubbing it with common atoms and a heavy duty steel blade. According to the Mohs scale of hardness, the blade is not supposed to damage or scratch glass, since glass is harder than steel. This is where the blade plays an important role, since it is not able to scratch high quality Corning glass protection. But as you know very well, there have been plenty of devices which have not been able to handle the blade and failed. Also, let's see if the frosted glass back handles the blade, or will it also fail like the previous 4 devices mentioned earlier. The tempered glass protection on the display passes the scratch abuse as expected because of genuine Corning glass, but the frosted glass back once again fails the blade with permanent faint marks. Next up, moving on to fun stuff with value. Is the real life structural build quality of the Mi 11X and Pro also of flagship quality like its specs? Let's find that out in the bend test. The last budget flagship we tested, the Mi 10T Pro, had passed the bend test with amazing build quality. Though the budget mid-ranger Redmi Note 10 wasn't built that well with the weakest Redmi build and design of 2021. So fingers crossed for the 11X, we are expecting it to have a strong flagship build. The first bend from the frosted backside does bring about a bit of flex degree, but still nothing to worry about. No kinks, screen separation or damage of any kind as yet. The second bend from the Super AMOLED side though has a more uncomfortable bend degree. The thin plastic part near the side scanner seems to have completely broken with a good bit of screen separation, as you can see the gap and the glue inside it. In comparison, the Poco X2 also has a side scanner, but the strong build was able to handle the bend pressure much better than the 11X here. At the moment, the crack seems to be only near the side scanner. Fortunately, the third bend does not cause any further cracks or structural damage to the already damaged structure of the 11X, locking out quickly after a certain point. On closer inspection, it becomes clear that the brake is actually on both sides of the frame. As you can see, there are absolute cracks at 2 points on the left side midframe. Anyways, next up, let's continue with the drop test and see if it makes any difference in terms of drop impact resistance to the broken frame or to the Super AMOLED display. Starting the first drop from pocket height, bottom edge facing down. No dents, but a slight bit of scuff mark at the right corner. Next up, second pocket height drop, top side facing down. No damage or scuff marks this time. Moving on to the third pocket height drop, triple camera unit and glass backside facing down. Thankfully, no damage, dents or glass shatter as yet from the pocket height drop. Next, last drop from pocket height, AMOLED screen side facing down. The Mi 11X or Poco F3 does great in pocket height drops apart from the slight mark. Next up, 1.6 meter high drops, bottom side facing down. This time, there is a good amount of permanent scuff marks at the bottom left corner. Next, second high drop, top side edge facing down. Some scuff mark at the top left, but less than the previous heavy mark. Next up, for the third high drop, triple camera unit and frosted glass backside facing down with some live footage from the rear video camera. No visible damage, dents or shatter on the frosted glass back until now. Next, for the last and finale high drop you have been waiting for, with live video capture from the in-display selfie camera, Super AMOLED display screen side facing down. there is a sharp filling dent at the back bottom corner from the high drop and the permanent scuff mark. No issues since this can be prevented with a good quality case. But apart from that, it's a big relief that the Super AMOLED is safe and there was no additional damage to the already broken midframe at 3 places.